Hello everybody, it's Delilah and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, I just had my fourth baby 6 weeks ago and we are now exiting out of that newborn stage, and after having 4 children, I have a solid list of newborn products that I absolutely love, as well as a list of newborn products that we've tried and I did not enjoy. And I remember as a first-time mom feeling so completely lost as to what to buy, what I thought I needed. The world of baby products is just growing more and more every single year. So I'm making this video for all of you first-time moms, even some of you seasoned moms who are maybe in the market for some new things, or maybe just curious about what we use. This video is for you. Now, I will say, every mom and every baby is different, and for some people, the items that are on my must-have list are unnecessary to other people, and the items that are on their list that they must have, I have never used. Even as I was writing my list of must-haves, I realized there are some products that I used a lot with some of my babies, but I didn't use that product at all with some of my other babies. So it just really varies, it differs, it depends on where you're at in life. It depends on your baby, it depends on your needs. There's no one list that is going to suit every single person. So what I'm gonna do today is share 3 lists. One is my absolute must-have list, items that I've used with all of my babies, and I'm gonna tell you why I love them so much. Next is my list of items that I use with some of my babies, but I didn't use with some of my other babies. And then a list of items that I have not used at all. I'm gonna share these lists, I'm gonna tell you why I love them or didn't love them, and then it is up to you to decide whether or not it is necessary for your family. Also, these items are specific to newborns in the newborn stage of life. When you get into like the 6 months of age and older, you're gonna start needing different items. Let's start off with the must-haves. First of all, a nursing pillow. Is this absolutely necessary? Probably not. Like, you can prop up other pillows around you, but it's nice just to have like one pillow that goes all the way around you. You can put your baby on there, you can breastfeed, like it's just comfortable. I also love using my nursing pillow when my babies start sitting or learning how to sit. I'll prop it up behind them. It's a perfect little protection for them. I get a lot of use out of my nursing pillow and it is definitely a must-have for me. Next up is the Snuggle Me, which Annabeth just so happens to be sleeping in right now, right next to me. I didn't have this with my first baby. I don't know if it was even around then, but I got it with my second. I've used it with all my babies. I've even lent it out to other people when they had newborns and they loved it. My babies just sleep so well in the Snuggle Me, and if you are new to motherhood, you don't know what I'm talking about. It's basically like a dog bed for babies. It's this little like oval shaped pillow your baby just rests in, and it's comforting and it makes them feel like they're snuggled. My babies have all loved it. In fact, that is the place where Annabeth naps the best. Number 3 is my Solly Baby Wrap. This thing is essential for like the first 3 months of my baby's life. Once they get a little bit older, they start wiggling around more and they get a little bit heavier, I'll upgrade to something more heavy duty. But for those first few months, it's so soft, it's cozy, they get really snuggled and close to me. It's a beautiful transition from womb to the outside world. It's the perfect place for my baby to just snuggle up on my chest, to have a nap, or just to feel comforted. Annabeth loves this thing more than all of my other babies. It does take some learning and some getting used to put it on and to figure out what the right fit is and how to adjust it. But once you get that figured out, it's really fast to put on and it's very portable. Like, you can wrap it up real tight, just stick it in your diaper bag or wherever, and it's very easy to take with. I wear my babies almost every single day, especially when we're out and about, we're doing grocery shopping, whatever, running errands. That is her favorite place to be. It's just right here on my chest, and it's just very comfortable for both of us. Now, this one is more so for moms with multiple children, and that is a double stroller. If you plan on having more than one child, just do yourself a favor and go for that double stroller right away. I wish we had done this the first time. Like, we've gone through, I think, 3 different strollers now. The first stroller we got was for a single baby. The next stroller we got was a very cheap version of a double stroller, and it just didn't last. So eventually, with the 3rd baby, we ended up splurging and getting the heavy duty UPPAbaby Vista stroller, and I am so glad we did it. We love this thing. It makes outings so much easier with multiple children. You can even get a ride-along attachment that just like folds up and down for your older children to stand on and ride along. There's so many different configurations you can do. The car seat actually just clips right onto the stroller, and there's 2 different rumble seats. There's also a bassinet attachment so your baby can sleep in there. It's awesome. We love it. The next item on my list is something I didn't know existed until my 4th baby, and I wish we had it with all of my other babies. It would have made things so much easier, and that is the Fridababy picker. It's this little tool with 2 ends. One end is designed for like getting underneath their fingernails, and the other end is designed for getting out those little boogers, getting the earwax out, like just picking the little things out of those tiny little holes. I have specifically used it many times to pick at those big boogers that just fill their little baby noses, and their nostrils are so tiny that nothing will get in there to pick out the boogers properly. And if they can't get the boogers out, then they can't breathe, and they can't breastfeed. If they can't breathe properly, it's a whole thing. Sticking with our theme of boogers, the Snot Sucker, specifically the one by BB Love, is my personal favorite. The one we have doesn't have a filter or anything like that. There's no possible way that any boogers are gonna make their way up into your mouth. Like, it's not gross, but when your little baby is stuffy or has a runny nose and they can't breathe properly, this thing is just the best. Next up are swaddles. Swaddles is something that we have used with all of our babies up until their toddler years. It's kind of one of those things that they become attached to and they end up hanging on to for a long time. But when our babies are newborns, we wrap them up in swaddles. And now there's a lot of different kind of swaddles you can get. We've tried a lot of different kinds. We've tried different materials, different brands, but my all-time favorite is by Max and Moose. They are 100% cotton. They are so soft, the perfect thickness. They have the perfect amount of stretch, and they are of the highest quality. We have had some of these swaddles since my 3rd child, and they have gone through some really rough use. And they still look brand new. After washing them so many times, they still look brand new. I highly recommend these. They are the absolute best. I will leave a link for those down below. In fact, I will leave links for everything on my must-have list down below. Next is a diaper bag. And I mean, that's pretty self-explanatory, but specifically a backpack style diaper bag, something that I can just throw over my shoulder or put on my back so that I am completely hands-free and I don't have to worry about like bending over in a certain way so that my bag doesn't fall down. Like, it's easy. I'm not a big purse person, and I have used the same diaper bag for the last 6 years. And nothing else. That's all I use. This one kind of goes hand in hand with that one, but it is a portable changing mat. Not only for your diaper bag for when you're out and about, but also for just at home. I find I often end up changing my babies just in my bed at nighttime, even throughout the day. We have a bunch of diapers in our nightstand and all the diaper changing equipment that you need. And we end up just changing our babies right there in the bed. So having a portable changing mat is awesome. Now this one is a little bit controversial, but it is a pacifier. We have used a pacifier with all of our babies right from day one. All of my babies have loved the pacifier. We have noticed some of our babies enjoyed a certain type of pacifier. The next baby liked a different kind of pacifier. We are personally big fans. Next is a padded mat of some kind. We have one from Gather, which is beautiful. It's high quality, and it can just easily be wiped down. Like it's made out of faux leather, so it's very easy to just wipe down. But just having a spot where you can put your baby on the floor where they can do tummy time, where they can stretch, somewhere that's soft and comfortable and easily wipeable is awesome. This next one is very dependent on the baby, but a number of my children have been very pukey, and so burp cloths have been absolutely necessary. We got ours from a small company called Poppy and Petal, and they are absolutely beautiful, but I mean, you can get burp cloths anywhere. We go through a few of them a day. They are very necessary. Last but definitely not least is a car seat cover, like one of those 3-in-1 covers that you can throw it over your car seat. I use it all the time time as a nursing cover, and then when they get older you can also use it at like in a cart, just to kind of protect them from germs around the handle and the seat. This one has to be like my top 3. I use it all the time. This is what I use when I'm nursing out in public. And when your babies are small, they kind of just need to be protected from the elements outside, and so a car seat cover is awesome. Now moving on to the items that are kind of necessary but also not super necessary. These are the items that I have used with some of my babies, but I haven't used with others, or that I use sometimes but not all the time, but I'm thankful that I have them. You know, those more luxury type items, I guess. And again, this is very dependent on the baby, but the first one is a swing. I use a swing all the time with my first, didn't use it as much with my second, didn't use a swing at all with my third. I don't think it even came out of storage, and we ended up donating it. Now with my fourth, we ended up repurchasing, not a swing, but it's more of like a bouncer. She spends a lot of time in here, especially with older brothers running around the house. I don't love having her on the floor if I can't be like watching her like a hawk. So I'll put her in the swing, and she loves it in there. She just sits in there and she kind of watches us do our thing. The older siblings love rocking her back and forth. And this one also has a attachment you can buy, kind of like an activity gym, so she has something to look at. She loves it in there. It's great. Next on this list is a peanut changer, like a wipeable peanut changer. Ours is from Kikaroo. We love it. With our first, we had one that was just padded and it had a fabric cover over it, and it worked and it was fine, but I ended up having to wash that cover like every single day, and half the time when we were using it, it didn't have a cover on it because it was in the wash. Having a changing pad that is wipeable is awesome. But then again, half the time we just end up changing our babies on the floor or in the bed. Just using like a portable mat does the job. Now, the last item on this list is one that I would consider to be more so a must-have, but one that I've realized we don't use all that often, or haven't been using all that often this time, and that is a bassinet. Now, this is very personal to you and how you prefer to sleep with your babies. I know some moms prefer to co-sleep completely. Some moms prefer to have the babies close and a bassinet beside them. Some moms prefer to have their babies in a whole other room in their own crib. I know moms who prefer different things, and there's no right answer. And this might be something that you won't even know that you need or don't need until your baby is here and you get into your own routine. With all of my babies, we've used the bassinet. For the first 6 months or so, our babies will sleep next to us in a bassinet. But this time around, we've just been co-sleeping a lot more. The bassinet is really nice too because it's portable. I found with my last baby, instead of using a swing, we ended up just putting him in a bassinet and carrying him around the house, bringing him outside in his bassinet, and that was just kind of like the place where he hung out. This time around, I'm finding that we're really not using it very much, and we've been really enjoying co-sleeping. It's very dependent on the mom and the baby and what works for you, but I would still say it's on the verge of being necessary. Now, moving on to the list of items that we have never used or that we used and decided we really didn't like. It's interesting because a lot of these items are things that I see lots of other moms using all the time. For us, we just felt like they took up space and weren't necessary. The first one is a tub insert of any kind. With my first, we did have one because I thought it was necessary, but I soon came to realize it just didn't get used. We often shower with our babies instead. It's just easier. We find they really enjoy showers. Or we'll wash them in the bathroom sink. Or when they're older, we'll just fill the tub with like this much water and we'll lay like a small towel down for them to lay on, and we'll just put them in the tub. Like, it's not really necessary to have one of those tub inserts. The next item we have never used is a sleep sack. We've always swaddled our babies and it's always worked great for us. I love that a swaddle can be used in multiple different ways. Like, if a product can do more than one thing, I'm all about that. We've just never enjoyed sleep sacks. They're expensive, never really worked for us. What we do with our babies is when they're smaller, we swaddle them with their arms in. And then when they get older and they start learning how to roll over, we'll swaddle them with their arms out. And it's a great transition into using blankets too. Like, it works great for us. Sleep sacks personally are something we've never used. However, there is one exception. I did recently purchase a weighted sleep sack. Annabeth really enjoys being snuggled and close, and I think she enjoys that warmth and that little bit of weight. So I did purchase one to see how she liked it. She seems to be enjoying it quite a bit, actually. That's my only exception. And next up is a diaper genie. Now I feel like this might be something that's a little bit out of date. I don't know if a lot of moms these days use a diaper genie. But when I was a first-time mom 6 years ago, I felt like it was a thing everybody used. It was what my mom used growing up, and I thought it was absolutely necessary. But I soon came to realize that it's just a waste of plastic. Having to buy those specific diaper genie refills was expensive. It was a waste. I mean, a trash can works great. A regular old trash can. We take the garbage out every single day, so we just put our diapers into like the kitchen garbage and then we'll take it out every day. And then it doesn't sit and it doesn't get stinky. It's just so much easier. The very last item on my list is baby lotions and shampoos. I have never bought baby lotion. I've always used coconut oil. Coconut oil works great. It's in my pantry anyway. I feel like it's one of the most natural, safe things that I can put on their little delicate, sensitive baby skin. I also use it when they are first newborn and their skin gets really peely, or for cradle cap. It works amazing for cradle cap. I just very gently massage it into their skin and all that dead skin just melts away. Now, baby shampoo and body wash is something that I used to buy, but recently I have switched over all of my cleaning products to Branch Basics. Branch Basics is a non-toxic cleaning brand, and their concentrate is super safe. It's super clean, and it's the only thing I really trust on my newborn baby's skin. I use it for everything in my house. I use it for my laundry. I use it for my floors, my dishes, my soap. I even use it to wash my baby. Like I said, when one product can do multiple things, I'm all about that, especially when it's non-toxic and totally clean. Anyway, that is my list of newborn products that we love, newborn products that we don't love. Let me know down below, what are some of your must-haves and what are some of the items that you ended up really not liking? Probably a number of items that I completely forgot to add to my list, but off the top of my head, this is what I came up with. I hope this was helpful and useful, especially to you first-time mamas. And if you are new here, don't forget to like this video and stick around, watch a few more videos, maybe subscribe. I would love to have you here. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.